Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Unfortunately, the new semester has started and I've been so incredibly busy with university that I just have not been able to game as much as usual. However, it is finally time for the games I played in August video, so let's dive right into it. I really wanted to love Bread and Fred. I love the art style and the music. I love the concept of games like these. That's about everything good I have to say about this game, sadly. Me and my boyfriend broke the game after 5 minutes of actually playing the game. If you continuously jump in multiplayer, you can just fly up and skip literally everything related to the climbing. My boyfriend said he experienced quite a bit of lag. I was the host, so I did not experience that. I feel like the tutorial could be expanded upon quite a bit, as the physics or game mechanics didn't seem to come naturally to either of us. With the art and music being the way that they are, I can see that there are talented people at work here. It's just so sad that the game is unplayable due to the game breaking. Unfortunately, I did refund this. I hope to see art from Bread and Fred come across my feed every so often. If there was merch, I would definitely be interested. I've been following along with Tiny Bookshop's development for 2 years now, and from what I've seen in the game so far, it's exactly what I was hoping it to be. The gameplay loop is simple. You manage your books, items, and money while you go to different locations to sell your goods. While you do this, you get to know the inhabitants of Buxtonbury and do quests for them. I love how you interact with the characters on such a personal level, and the story feels like it progresses smoothly. Getting some people to accept you is easier than others. The game could be more clear when it comes to explaining how to do certain quests, but other than that, I think it's very enjoyable. It's great that there are so many customization options and also a bunch of different locations to visit. I love that you really have to pay attention to the newspaper and your journal when it comes to deciding where to go, because events influence your income greatly. The end of season festivals are very lovely and it feels like completing a chapter in a story. I have currently played 1 whole in-game year and I cannot wait to see how the story ends after completing all of the quest lines. This is such a cozy game, perfect for book lovers. I love that you can actually recommend books to customers if they ask. Learning about new books while playing is definitely great. I highly recommend Tiny Bookshop. It's great immersing myself in a life I would love to lead, but unfortunately probably never will. In this sequel to The Secret Salami, you realize that after Eugene's success with catching the salami bandit, he didn't actually improve his life as you thought it would. He is still hung up on his ex-wife, still addicted to bread, and still broke as all hell. When Freddy makes you use your deductions to figure out he's taking you glamping for a few days, your mood does not improve at all. Especially because you found out Freddy somehow has a girlfriend? In terms of gameplay, the Ghost of Glamping is very similar to The Secret Salami, and I love that about this franchise. It uses the same deduction formula to make you figure out the story and save the day. What is going on inside of the sanatorium? Are ghosts real? Wait, did someone just get kidnapped? You'll solve it all in the span of about 2 hours. The art style and the voice acting is just as great as the first game in this franchise. Some people might complain about the reusage of the same game structure or about the game length. I think it's part of the charm. It's a perfect game to play with some friends during a game night or relaxing afternoon. I really hope there will be another Duck Detective story. You better buy this game as well, just like last time. Show some love to Eugene McQuackling so he doesn't feel as lonely. I'm watching you. Strange Jigsaws is a relatively short puzzle game from the same developer as 20 Small Mazes. I loved this game a lot. The puzzle design is very unique and innovative, and surprisingly enough, this game has a whole story behind it. Without spoiling too much about the experience, if I had to describe it in 2 words, it would be fever dream. The only point of improvement I have is that for a few of the puzzles, especially in layer 2, like the menu puzzle, were so extremely vague that it was unclear of what the puzzle wanted from me and what base components of the puzzle actually mean, compared to the rest of the game where it all felt intuitive enough. What I loved about 20 Small Mazes and what returns in Strange Jigsaws is that his daughter helped draw some designs for some of the puzzles, and I think that's just the most adorable thing ever. I highly recommend this game if you love puzzle games or strange experiences. Grab your camera and go on an epic adventure to the top of the mountain while you visit multiple photogenic locations. Help others with their errands and other requests while filling your camera roll with the memories you make along this journey. Toem is a very chill game about completing a bunch of quests by taking pictures and running errands in exchange for items and stamps. You need to get a certain amount of stamps per region before you get your free bus ticket to the next area. It's a fun way to make sure you interact with most of the area before moving on to a new one without making it feel forced. What I love most about Toem is that it has a compendium for all of the animals in the game. It's so fun collecting a picture of every species in each region, especially in the free content update area, which is Bosto, because it works with a day-night cycle. You really need to look around during both day and nights to find all of the creatures, and I think it adds just the right amount of spice. I completed the whole game in 1 day over the span of 5 hours. Toem sucked me in so much that I didn't even notice a whole 5 hours had gone by. The characters have funny dialogue, the quests are very fun to complete, the art and soundtrack are lovely, and the whole game experience is just wonderful. I'm so glad I picked this game up. I cannot wait for the sequel. Mediocre. Etherborn is a 3D gravity-based platformer. I'll just get straight to the point. I got it for around €4 during a summer sale, and I do not think it's worth its full price for the type of content you get. The gameplay itself is okay. Gravity or perspective switching platformer action is a type of puzzling I typically enjoy. New Game Plus felt too similar to the standard run to me, and I did not appreciate some of the orbs being fully out of sight in bushes. The camera view is also quite lacking. The areas themselves were well designed. It ramps up in difficulty with each level, but not in an annoying way. The art and music are nice. The reason why I chose to not recommend the game is mostly due to its quote-unquote story. The ramblings of the voice you hear during cutscenes is so incoherent. It's basically saying humanity is bad while trying to sound philosophical and existential about it. It became annoying really fast. I looked online to see what it's all about, and my takeaway from this is that the voice you hear is basically representative of a god that asks the newly made body, which is you, the player, who you want to become, whilst listing off the reasons for humanity's downfall or something like that. I personally think the game would have been a lot better silent. If you like gravity-based platformers, I recommend you check out the Monument Valley games instead and skip this one. As the title of this review says, the game is not bad but mediocre. Another case where I would prefer if Steam had a neutral review option. Alright, that's it for all of the games I played in August. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye!